have some crickets with me, and man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ate quite a lot of crickets.
But
Oh, you ate that joke right now?
very nice to talk with you guys. How are you?
Happy to speak with
Hey,
you.
how you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on the movie. And I mean, Dracula is one of the most extensive characters in history of the cinema. So I want to ask you both, what was it that drew you both to the story of Renfield?
I thought it was a fresh take. I thought it was brand new. It was a combination of tonalities of horror and comedy, and I liked the relationship between Renfield and Dracula. There was something quite tragic and yet hilarious about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was characters that we love, and to look at them through this lens, to be able to kind of investigate codependency and toxic relationships, but under this framework, was something very exciting, particularly with the tone that Ryan Ridley had struck in the script.
It's the real Dracula!
Yeah, you just mentioned that this is not your traditional Dracula movie because we got horror, action, drama, comedy. So Nicolas Cage, I understand that you love the Christopher Lee Dracula's movies. So
Yes.
I want to ask you, how did that help you to shape this powerful character and performing Dracula and all those different stages of his healing and powers?
Well, mostly it was his look. I liked Christopher Lee's look in the Hammer horror films. It was a very 60s look with the hair slicked back and the wardrobe. And so the wardrobe department on this picture designed it beautifully with like red velveteen clothing. But mostly for me, it was a launching point. It was a starting point. The bigger inspirations came from Anne Bancroft and The Graduate as Mrs. Robinson, and also my own father, who actually looked a bit like Christopher Lee. Those were my two biggest influences. And then whatever happened on the day, whenever you act, you try to open yourself up to the imagination and to outside influences, and you don't know what's going to come in and surprise you. So hopefully it'll have a unique flavor to it.
Renfield, your sole purpose in life is to serve me. That's it.
Nico, until this movie, Renfield has been portrayed in this sort of grotesque manner. And well, we can see this guy now who wants to get out of this bad relationship and doesn't know how. I mean, you have this narcissistic boss and try to get out of that relationship and survive. So how was for you shaping this character with all the power, vulnerabilities, and well, this weirdness of his own? I
mean, Renfield in the novel and in a lot of the other interpretations that we've seen is a lot more frenzied and a lot more under the kind of, I imagine it as like the chemical first love of Dracula when you meet him in those stories, whereas this is 100 years on, where all those kind of elements of the characteristics of him have kind of been worn down, I suppose. He's been worn down, he's living with the weight of regret and remorse for what he's done, and his conscience as well for, feeding Dracula and murdering quite a lot, I suppose. So it was fun to kind of have all that template and all those previous iterations of the character to draw from, but then also be able to split off and kind of approach it in a new light.
Tell us about the insects. I have some crickets with me, and man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ate quite a lot of crickets.
But
Oh, you ate that joke right now?
crunchy and delicious. Yeah.
What is that? Is
What was
it?
for you that experience?
Is it flavored?
Is it sweet or savory?
Lemon flavored, yeah.
Lemon flavored.
Lemon.
Yeah.
I haven't tried lemon. I had like salt and vinegar, which was my favorite, and then there was like a smoky bacon sort of flavored one. You know what? The bugs were actually pretty delicious. And the cockroaches were actually made of caramel. The props department did an amazing job of like. They looked to the eye exactly real. So I was pretty fortunate with most of the bug eating. Even when they were real, they were pretty tasty. How are you doing over there with that in your mouth?
Yeah, they're very crunchy.
Yeah, good
Like
texture.
a Rice Krispie?
You're still eating more.
Fun, man.
Well, guys,
You find little limbs and stuff in your teeth there.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Pick
thank
those
God
up.
you're not wearing braces, because
yeah,
a
sure.
leg or something.
Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the movie. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Watching your ingestion of crickets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To you.
Thanks so much. Let's go back. Appreciate it, man. Let's go.
I am Drácula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.